and becoming the best at it and mastering myself and seeing what I have within me. If you decide to drop your buckets where you are and develop your gifts, I grant you, you'll never ever be without. I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you.
All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success, and I just want to say thank you for joining us on the live stream today. Today's Thursday, March 14th. Hopefully that is the last time you guys have to watch the, I'm just getting cut off. Hopefully that's the last time you guys have to watch the winter intro, because I think the official start of spring, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, guys, I think it is on March 20th. Somebody let me know in the chat if that's right, because I'm totally looking forward to spring, by all this cold weather. Hopefully you guys are too. But today what we're going to be talking about is how to give your clients the power to select their images for pre-order. So I've been talking a lot about pre-order, and we recently released a new enhancement on it. And this is where clients can go back after the shoot is done and select images for their pre-ordered packages. I'm going to walk you through that. Now, I'm going to show you how to set up your pre-order. We're not going to go through that part in extreme detail because we've gone over that several times in the past couple of weeks. But I'm going to show you that really quick. We're going to breeze through that. And then next what we're going to do is talk about how to email your clients the image selection link. So this is the link they can use to go back and select their images after the shoot and after you have everything uploaded. And then the third thing I'm going to show you is how to download that pre-order information where you know what the clients ordered, and it's also going to link to their image file that they selected as well. Now don't forget, Tuesday, hopefully you guys have been hanging out on those as well. Every Tuesday we do a site review where we review one of your websites, and if you have not submitted your site yet, make sure that you hit up the link in the description below this video and submit your site. On top of a site review, I also do a one-on-one session with you guys after I've reviewed your site to help make any changes and just discuss the review in general. A lot of you guys in chat already, let me say, hey, Forte is back. Glad to have Forte back here hanging out with us. We've got Ben S. We've got Zen Master Phil hanging out with us. We've got Reem Absuf. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing names. Hopefully I got close to that. Let's see. We've got Richard Zen hanging out with us. So Richard's going to be helping me moderate. Looks like Zen Master Phil is as well. And then we've got Kathleen coming back and joining us. Kathleen, awesome to see you coming back and hanging out with us week after week. And she said, yes, spring, March 20th. Hey, Heather, and aloha Craigslist. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into this topic. Now, if you have questions as we go through this, make sure that you're getting those in the chat so I can get those answered for you guys live today. It doesn't have to be on the pre-order topic. It can be about anything related to Zenfolio. And occasionally I will answer some things not related to Zenfolio as well. Ollie's from Oli from Oli's Images is hanging out with us. Awesome. Hey, glad to have you here. And Alan Shattuck from East Estates Park, Colorado. Hey, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. All right, let's get this started. You guys get your questions in here, and I'll get them answered live, but let's go ahead and get started on today's topic. All right, so here we are in my Zenfolio account, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to jump into a different Zenfolio account, one that actually has a pre-order already set up and some pre-orders already made, so I can show you guys what this looks like. Now, I'm going to be using another demo account, but let me just go ahead and show you this really quick. So what we're going to do first is go look at a pre-order. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with pre-orders, how they work, I would definitely recommend going back and watching some of the live streams that we've talked about pre-order. I go really in depth on showing you how to set them up, as well as giving you some ideas for different ways to use them, such as for using collecting payments for sessions, different options like that. So if you haven't checked out the last couple of live streams on pre-order, definitely go back and check those out. All right, but we're going to hop in here and take a look really quick. So to get to pre-order, First of all, you need to make sure that you are a account that has selling. So that's going to be a pro account, an advanced account, any account that has selling features that you should have access to pre-order. And to get there, you're just going to go up to selling on your main menu, and then you're going to scroll to the bottom and click on pre-order. Now, like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through the pre-order setup. I'm just going to show it to you really quick, talk about it for a few minutes, then we're going to get to the client image selection, because that is really the side of pre-order that I want to talk about. And so we're going to go down to this one that says pre-order bridge right here. And I'm just going to go through and show you how this is set up. We've got the currency selected up here. And then right over here, you can have an image. You have your title package. If you haven't used pre-order yet, guys, you have to check it out. It's really awesome. It's a really powerful feature. If you're going in and setting one up, one thing you want to make sure that you always do is remove any default text that's in here. But basically, you're going to come in here, however you want to use it, create your pre-order packages, set a price on it. Then you can come down here and add the products that are in that package and add your quantities over here. Now, once you have a first package set up, if you're going to create more packages that are basically the same as the first with just some product adjustments or quantity changes, all you have to do is click that duplicate button right here, and that will let you duplicate that package, and then you can kind of change it as you need rather than having to start over from scratch each time by clicking add a new package. So once you have some packages in here, there's a couple of other options. There is a customizable package where you can let clients choose some different options. There is also add-on option as well. So these options are only available if somebody has purchased a pre-order. Now, if it's your first go around with pre-order, I've said this a lot in the past, I'll say this again. If this is your first time using our pre-order feature, my recommendation to you is to make sure that you keep it really simple until you really have that process ironed out and you've gone through it once or twice. And then after you've done that and you feel really comfortable using it, then I would start adding on these other options like add-ons and customizable packages. But your first couple of go-arounds, I would definitely recommend keeping things simple, just the first few times you do it. But just like your packages, you can add product photos to the add-ons as well, descriptions, titles, pricing, and all of that information. Again, like I said, I'm not going to go really in depth in the setup of it because this is not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the second side of this, which is going to be after your clients place their orders, getting them back to their images where they can go and select the images for their pre-order. So once you do this, you're going to hit next. And then this is where you can have customer information fields. So this is any type of information that you would like to collect from your clients during that pre-order process. So this is going to be things like maybe event name. If you shoot really cool rodeos like the Patriot event and you just bought a really awesome lens, maybe you would want to have the event in here or the rider number or something like that in here. Maybe you want to have the rider's name, their last name, if they have a horse name, whatever kind of information that you want to collect from your clients that is going to come in handy later on during maybe getting them to their photos, fulfilling these orders, or just whatever kind of information you want. You can create information fields here to gather that. And you have two options when it comes to client information fields. They can be a drop down. So if you turn this little toggle on, you can create a drop down where you just create options that are separated by commas, or they can just be a simple text field where they can enter their information right here. All right, and you can have up to 15 fields. Now, I wouldn't recommend going crazy and utilizing all 15 of them because as a client, I probably would not want to go through filling out 15 different fields of information, but you can have quite a few options in here. One thing to keep in mind is that all of these options are required for your client to fill out before they can actually check out. So keep that in mind. And then once you have this information field set up, you're going to click next right here. And this is the important thing. So you need to make sure that you do this the first time you create your pre-order before you send it out and clients start buying images or buying pre-orders. If you want to be able to allow the client to go back and select images for their pre-order, you're going to want to make sure that you check this yes button right here, because that is what is going to enable that feature so that your clients can go back after you do the shoot, after you upload the images, they can go back and select the images for their pre-order packages. Now, if you want to come down here, you can get the pre-order link right here. You want to copy it here. You can preview it if you'd like. So if I click this, it's actually going to open me up and open up a new tab here and let me preview that pre-order. So just to show you what it looks like really quick, coming down here, here's the different products. We add one to cart, then we can go check out. And this is those information fields right here. So that's how the drop down works. Here are the other text fields, and then the payment information is all right over here. All right, so that's what it looks like. If you want to set up an expirational date, maybe you are giving people a discount if they pre-order their packages in advance, but only if they do that up until a day or two before the event that you're going to be photographing. You can set up and have an expirational date on this pre-order so that after that date hits, anybody that tries to access this and get that cheaper discount, they're just going to be rerouted to your website, and they're not going to be able to purchase things at that discount. So if that's an option that you need, you can set that up right here to expire on a specific date. And again, once the link expires, anybody that tries to access that link will just be redirected back to their homepage, or your homepage, not their homepage. Sorry. All right, so we're going to click done here. And now we're going to say that we've sent this link out and we've had all of our pre-orders come in. The pre-order window has now closed. Then we've also gone and done the shoot. And now we're ready to get our clients the information to let them come back and select their photos. So what you need to do is you just need to go to Photos, go to the gallery where you uploaded those images. So let me find it really quick. I think it's under Events, and then where is it at? Maybe it's under Client Galleries. Let's see, there's too many client galleries in here. Let's try this one. Oh, it's Old School. That's the one it is right here. Old School. So we're going to go here. And now I do want to point out right now this functionality does not work with event participant invites. So if you're using an event, then what you'll need to do is you'll need to invite them to the event landing page where they'll have to enter their unique identifier. But for a gallery or anything else like that, it works. And for an event, it works. It just doesn't work on the participant invite. So for the example, this event right here, if this is where I need them to come back to find their photos, we're going to click on that. You go to Invite. And then up here in the top, there is a pre-order invite template. Now, when I select that, this is going to change from saying contacts to actually let me go in and select people who have pre-ordered. And so if I go up here, I'll say pre-order invite, this changes to pre-order, and then I can click on that, and now we can see the people who have pre-ordered. Now, one thing that's awesome is that you can show only the people who have not selected photos. So if you need to go a second round of doing this, maybe everybody that pre-ordered, you've sent this email out once and they haven't come back and selected their photos yet. If you need to do multiple iterations of that, you can check this little box and you can only choose the people who have not selected their photos. But so what we're going to do is we're just going to uncheck that. We're going to pretend like this is our first go around. We would select everybody's name here. We would hit select, and then it's going to basically create an email template that looks like this. And then we're going to hit continue to preview, send email out, and it's going to batch email everybody in that list a link where they can go and then select their photos. Now, I'm not going to do it from here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump down into this right here where the actual image is really quick, and then we'll do that. So I'm going to go to invite, change this over to pre-order gallery invite. We'll select the pre-orders here, and I'm going to continue, hit select, and then we'll go to continue to preview. Now I'm going to show you what this would look like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this link right here, because this would be the link that your clients would get, and this is how they would use, this is what they would use to actually select their images. And then I'm just going to grab this other window that I have open here really quick, and we're going to paste that link in and go check that out. All right, so here we are in the gallery. Now, if this was through an event, I would first have to enter my unique identifier to see my photos, and then I would select. But right now, we're just in a gallery. And you can see right here, it says choose up to 2 photos. So what I would do is just come in here and say, okay, I want this photo, and let's get this photo right here. So after your clients do that, and there's a little checkbox down here at the bottom, they can say, okay, I'm done selecting, I'd like to assign. And that's going to take them to the page where they can drag the images over into the package that they want. Now, currently, at the moment, your clients can only assign 1 photo per pre-order package, not per item that's in the package, but per package. So in this case, this one has 1 package and an add-on. So I can grab this photo and say, okay, I would like this photo for the bronze package, and then I would like this photo for the mug. And then once they have selected that, there's a little button at the bottom. You guys can't see it. Let me see if I can't get the full screen where you guys can see that. There's a little button down here at the bottom that says I'm done assigning, and you click that. And then it will just let you review it so you can see what you've selected. And then the client would say, okay, let's confirm this. And that would send you that information back so that as the photographer, you now have that information. Now that information is in your pre-order sales report section. And I'm going to show you what that looks like, because it actually will let you download a CSV file that has all of the pre-order information in there. And then the clients that selected their images, it'll actually tell you the file name that they've selected for that package. And you can also download those images with that download as well. So we're going to jump back into that other account. And so now what we're going to do is, let's say that we sent that email out to our clients and everybody has done the selecting, and now we're ready to download those pre-orders in order to go ahead and start the fulfillment process. So one thing to keep in mind with pre-order is that at the moment it is a self-fulfillment option. So once you get all that information, the fulfillment of the orders is up to you, whether that's placing the orders on your client's behalf through Zenfolio and our integrated vendors, or you are using a local lab, or maybe you print yourself. The fulfillment side of pre-ordering at this moment is self-fulfilled. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But let's go ahead and take a look at where that information is stored in your Zenfolio account. So what you're going to do is, after that period is passed, everybody selected their images, you're going to go to Selling, and then you're going to click on Reports and Payouts, go to Sales Reports, go to Pre-orders, and then this is where you can see all of the pre-orders that have been placed. You can sort them by pre-order name here. You can adjust the date. You can do a search, lots of options to get the information that you need. Once you have the pre-orders that you want to look at set up here, you can export those as a CSV file. And you can also see who has assigned photos and who hasn't. So if you look over here, this pre-order right here has assigned photos. This one has not. But for this example, we're just going to say that everybody has assigned pre-order or has assigned their photos. And so we're going to select all the pre-orders right over here by clicking on this. It'll select everything, and then we can click the export button, and there's an option here that says, do you want to include all the pre-order photos and videos in the download? And if you want to download the photos that the client selected so you don't have to go back and try and find them, you can say yes right here, and you will get to download a zip file that has that information in there. Now I've already downloaded this, so let me show you guys what that looks like really quick. So I'm just going to bring up my Finder window, and basically you get a zip file that looks like this. It has a CSV file, and then it has all of the images that were selected in there inside of that zip file as well. Now I'm going to pull this up on Google Sheets just so you guys can see how this looks. So once we're here, this is what that file looks like in Google Sheets. So you'll have the date the order was placed. You'll have the pre-order number. You'll have the customer name, their email, their shipping address if you plan on shipping. You'll have the pre-order name. And if you scroll over here, it actually tells you what packages they purchased. So this person purchased package 1, Here's the contents of package 1, and then here is the photo that was selected for package 1. So if we scroll over here, you can actually see the file name for that specific photo right here. And then that pre-order also had an add-on item, and so it tells you right here, keychain, product quantity 1, and then the product 1 photo. And again, there's that file name. So you know what the client pre-ordered, and you know what photo they assigned to it. And we also have those photos in the download. And then from there, at that point, like I said, it's up to you on how you want to fulfill that, whether it's placing those orders on your client's behalf through Zenfolio's integrated vendors, or if you're using a local lab, if you're working directly with a different lab, however you want to work that part out. At this moment, that part is up to you. But all right, guys, that is pretty much it on the image selection. It's a really great feature. It's really cool that you can collect that pre-order, and then you can go back and let your clients assign photos so that you don't have to do that part yourself, so that you don't have to guess, that you can let them go in and pick the photos for their pre-order. Definitely a really cool feature. Make sure that you guys check it out, give it a good test, and it's a really powerful feature. So hopefully you guys are excited about that. Now let me check on you guys in chat really quick. And hey, if you're watching the recorded version of this, we'd love to have you join us on a live stream. We do this every Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific. We would love to have you join us, but I know not everybody can stop what they're doing on a Thursday and jump on YouTube, which is why those of you guys who do week after week, I really appreciate you. Forte, Kathleen, Bethany, let's see who else I got here. Craigslist, Reem, Alan, Oli. So all of you guys who are hanging out week after week with me, I really appreciate it. But if you're watching the recorded version of this, I appreciate you guys too. And if you have a question that you would like for me to answer for you the following week, make sure that you click that link in the description below this video, and you can submit a question and I will answer it the following week. Also too, if you have not submitted your site for a site review, make sure that you hit that link in the description below this video as well and submit your site so we can do it on a site review Tuesday. But let me check on you guys in chat really quick. Let me make sure that I didn't miss any chat questions. Let's see. Let me say hi to a few of you guys that I think that I probably missed. Let's see. Bethany says, I would love to use this in mini sessions. Would there be any way to set up a calendar function for the client to add a date and time of mini session slot? Hey, Bethany, that's something that I believe is being looked at. If you'll go back and watch the live stream where I talked about using pre-order for Valentine's Day mini sessions, I kind of addressed that question there. But basically using the customer information fields where they can pick a few dates that they would like. Right now, there's not a calendar option built in, but you can use the customer information fields, Bethany, where they could go in and say, okay, this is my preferred date, but these are 2 other alternate dates that could work as well. So that is definitely something that you could do. Let's see. Oli says you're funny. Let's see. Be careful on date and time. It's universal, not your local time. Booking native to the site would be nice. Absolutely, Kathleen. Totally agree. Having a native booking option would be really, really nice. Let's see. Can I watch this video later? Anna J. Absolutely, guys. So all of the live streams go to our YouTube channel probably about an hour to 2 hours afterwards as just a video. You can go back and watch the replay that way. And I think you should be able to rewind as we're live as well, so that, you know, if I said something a little too fast and you want to go back and catch it while I'm live streaming, I'm pretty sure that you can rewind as well. Somebody try it out. Let me know if that works. But yeah, like I said, Anna, you can definitely go to our YouTube channel and we push those out as videos. And hey, if you're not subscribed to us in iTunes, go to the iTunes podcast directory, search for Zenfolio, subscribe to us there, and then you'll actually get a notification when the live stream recording is available. We'll actually send it right to you, either through, if you're on your iPhone or on your Mac, wherever you watch podcasts, we'll actually send you a notification when that recording becomes available. All right, let's see. Check out JotForms. Pretty sure they came out with a calendar you can plug into your site. Absolutely, JotForm has some really good options as well. Oli says, you always make me bank, and I appreciate that. That's awesome. Hey, if you guys haven't checked out Oli's images yet, he was just at the Patriot event, and it was pretty awesome. Let's see. Making sure, somebody had a quick shop question. Quick shop question. I have my gallery set for quick shop only, and I love it. However, when clients try to buy from their favorite selections, they are not taken to the quick shop. Can I change this? That is a good question. I'm not 100% sure on that. That is something that I will have to get back. That is something that I'll have to get back to. Oh, actually, no, you know what? Now that I think about it, there is not a way, unfortunately, at the moment to change that. Alan, it's something that we can pass along to product management for sure. But it's a great feature request. But at the moment, buying through the favorite section is not going to be quick shop. I wish that it was, but it's right now it's just going to be using the experience that they're having there. So unfortunately, at the moment, there's not a way to change that. Let's see. All right, let me grab another question. Let's make sure that I have. Is there a way to increase the cost of shipping? I'd like to have a flat rate shipping to match the cost of shipping we quote clients in person. Man, I can't read today, you guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, and I have a chat in a weird spot too. Is there a way to increase the cost of shipping? I'd like to have a flat rate shipping cost to match the shipping that we quote clients in person. So that's going to depend on if you're using Zenfolio's integrated vendors or if you're shipping self-fulfilled. And with both options, there's a way that you can set up custom shipping options and custom shipping rates depending on the level of account that you have. So if you're doing self-fulfilled, that shipping should all be in control in your self-fulfilled settings. So if I show you that really quick, if we go to selling and we go down to self-fulfilled products, and then we go to shipping methods, this is where you're going to set up the price for your shipping and if you're doing self-fulfilled. So you would just come in here and set that price up here. Now, if you're not doing self-fulfilled and you're using the integrated vendors, there is a way that you can set flat rate shipping fees in the price list settings. Now, this is only going to work if you have an advanced account. And this is something that I would strongly suggest that you make sure that you are really looking into the cost of shipping, because if you're using our integrated vendors, the shipping is going to be provided by our integrated vendors. And so that obviously that cost can fluctuate, but if it's something that you want to do, you can set it up. So if you go into your price list, and let me see if I have something I can show you this on, but you're going to go into your price list and then you're going to go into price list settings right up here. Just go to price list settings. And then you can come down here to shipping. So you can go to shipping right here. And for instance, this price list is using the customer select from shipping methods offered by the vendor. If you want to set a flat rate shipping, you can turn this option on right here. And then you can go in here and you can give the shipping method a description and set a flat price. But again, this is something you really want to think about because the vendor is going to be the one doing the shipping. So you just need to make sure that you're setting the price to cover your cost. Hopefully, Oli, that answers your question and gets you a little closer to the solution that you're looking for. If I missed it or if you need more clarification, please let me know in the chat. But great question. Actually, I don't think anybody's ever brought that up. So great question. Thanks for asking. Let's see. Let me save this. Oh, actually, let me not save that because I don't want to do that for this one. Let me go back and let me grab a couple of email questions really quick because I want to make sure I get those email questions answered as well. Okay, email question. Here we go. I would like to collect payment for an upcoming session through the website. However, I don't want my package price list visible to everyone. I would prefer to have a tab displaying the types of packages that I offer, but not display the price. not display the price. Is there any way that once a client signs a contract that I can send them just a specific link to collect payment through my Zenfolio website? Wow, okay. If that's something that you want to do, definitely you can do that. You can use PreOrder, right? And you can, just like you can set up a PreOrder for your sessions, go back and look at the PreOrder live streams that I did. But basically what you're going to do is just set up a PreOrder. Don't link to it anywhere. And then after somebody signed a contract with you, then you can send them the link to that PreOrder where they can pay for that session through the site. So that's going to be the easiest route to do, is just using the PreOrder and not making that link accessible from your site menu, but just emailing it to your clients, you know, after you're ready for them to see that. Now, the other way you could do it as well is you could set up a custom page. You could have something embedded, and then you can send them a link to that custom page. But the point being is that you can set up a PreOrder, just not link to it from your site menu. And then whenever you're ready to actually collect payment from that client, you can just send them the PreOrder link that way. So hopefully that answers your question. Let me grab a quick sip of tea really quick. All right. Let me grab another email question here. Great questions today, guys, for sure. All right. Do you guys provide me with a custom URL, or do I need to buy my own, and how do I set that up? So the second that you create a Zenfolio account, when you start your trial, you have a custom URL. You don't have to buy one. You have a custom URL. Now that URL is your username.zenfolio.com. So if I go to my website here really quick, if I hover over website and I just click the open in a new tab for the preview, and I drag this down, the URL for this account is zenfoliolivephotography.zenfolio.com, because Zenfolio Live Photography is my username. So the second you create your account, you have a custom domain. It's your username.zenfolio.com. Now, if you want to have a more customizable domain that doesn't have Zenfolio in it, maybe you want to have onlyimages.com or something like that, you will need to purchase that from a third-party provider, somebody like GoDaddy or Network Solutions, or there's a couple of other options out there. Now, you will need to go and purchase that domain from them, leave it hosted with them, and then you're going to point your domain to your Zenfolio site by modifying your A record and your C name. And if you're not familiar with that process, there's actually a video on our YouTube channel that's called Setting Up a Custom Domain. It will actually walk you through that process, but you can also find the instructions in your Zenfolio account. So if you're just getting started, hover over your username right here, go to Account, and then what you're going to do is come down here, go to Website, which is behind me here. So click on Website. Wow, the sun is coming out, and I am really bright. Sorry about that. But you're going to go to Website, and then you're going to go to Custom Domain. And then this is where you can actually get the instructions for that. So you're going to click on Instructions, and this will tell you how you need to point your A record and your C name here. So you're going to choose your A record and your C name on your domain provider. You're going to set that up there. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to jump up and see if I can't take care of that sun. But that's how you're going to set that up. So the instructions are right inside of your Zenfolio account. You just need to go in there, and still really bright. You just need to go in there and set it up in your custom domain provider. Once you have that set up, you're going to come back in here and go to point a custom domain to your Zenfolio account. Put in your custom domain here, and then save it, and you should be good to go. And that is something that our amazing support team can help you guys with, absolutely. So if you haven't chatted with our support team, you can hit up the chat icon right here. We have an amazing support team. They are all photographers as well, and they know Zenfolio like the back of their hand, and they are there to help you guys. And setting up a custom domain, if you get lost, if you're not sure what to do next, if you think there might be something wrong, hit up our support team. They can help you guys out with that process like nothing. So they are there for you guys to help you guys out. All right, let's go back to photos. Sorry about the sun, guys. I need like something right here. It just, I don't know. All of a sudden it decided to get really sunny, and now I can't do anything about it. Let me see if I can't turn my camera thing down. I'm not going to worry about it. We'll keep moving on. All right, let's see. Did I miss any questions in chat? Oh, Oli says, I did that process with the custom domain. It was actually super easy. The Zenfolio walkthrough helped a ton. Their instructions were up to date. Awesome. Hey, glad that was easy for you, Oli. Yeah, it's not that hard at all. I know that when I first started messing with it, you know, hearing the word A record and CNAME when I wasn't familiar with it was a little intimidating. But guys, it's really easy, especially if you have GoDaddy. Their process is really easy. And there's actually a video walkthrough of that on our channel where it shows you how to do it in GoDaddy. So definitely go check that out. All right, let's see here. Bethany says, thanks everyone. How would you integrate the jot form with the pre-order site? That is what I have not figured out. I would like to be as automated as possible. That's a great question. So one of the things that you could do, Bethany, is you could set up a custom page so that it has the link to the pre-order and it has a link to the jot form in there. And you could, or you could have a link from jot form to the pre-order. There's lots of different ways you could do it, but probably what I would do is I would set up a custom page, and in that custom page, you can have the link to jot form where they click on that, they go select their date, put in their name and all that information, and then they could go back to that custom page, click on the pre-order link, and then hop into that pre-order and make a payment. So just really quick, I'll show you a really simple, easy way to do it. You can also do it with Google Forms as well. If you have a Gmail account, you have access to Google Forms. I love Google Forms because the second that somebody fills it out, you can have an email sent to you. You can have all of the responses sent to you in a spreadsheet. It's pretty amazing, pretty easy to integrate. And that's probably what I would do if it was me setting it up. So let me show you that really quick. If I just hop into my Google account, so I'm signed in and I just click the little grid up at the top and we can go right to Google Forms. And I've already got a couple in here that I've made, like the Zenfolio site review form. All of those are made on Google Forms. You can click on those forms that you create, and you can actually go and grab the link right up here. So you can go to send, and you can say, okay, let me get the embed link. You can copy that. If you want to do it that way and embed it, you could copy that, and then you can go back into your Zenfolio account, and then hover over website, go to custom pages. I'm going to open that in a new tab. And then what you can do is say, create a new one. We'll say booking. Let me scoot over a little bit, see if I can't take that sun off of my face. It's like blowing me out. Booking page. And then what I'm going to do is just come down here, click in here, hit the source button, paste in that embed code from my Google form, click on here, center it up. I can add some space to it if I want. So if I want to have some space here, you could write the instructions up here. All right. And then what you can do then at the bottom down here is you could tell them, you know, after they've finished, after they've selected their date and submitted that, make sure to complete their payment by clicking the pre-order button. And so what I'll do is I'll go in here really quick. I'll go to selling and I'll just go grab a pre-order link. So I'm going to go right here. Let's go to this pre-order link. And this is the one, Bethany, where I set it up for the mini sessions. So this is a really good link to check out. I'll throw this link in the chat as well so you can see it as an example. But I'm just coming here to grab the link. Let me toss this link out to you in chat really quick too so you guys can check it out. But going back to this custom page right here, I can go click here to pay for your session. All right, after we do that, whoa, sorry, I have some auto text going on. Let me refresh this. All right, let me go back and start over. Booking, all right. We'll say instructions are right here, instructions. And then what I'm going to do is hit enter a couple of times. And let's see, let me just go grab the embed code from that form, go to source, I'm going to put that right here. Undo source. We'll center that up. We'll grab that pre-order link. Go back to custom page. And then at the bottom, I can say, click here for ordering instructions. All right. Then I'm just going to highlight this text. And I'm doing this really fast. But I'm sure you can come up with a much better option or a much better setup. Open this in a new tab. Okay, so let me save this and preview it really quick and just show you basically what it looks like. So your instructions would be up here, like, hey, select your date, fill out the form, and select your date. And then after you submit the form, click the link at the bottom to pay for your session. Only after your session has been paid for will that date be reserved. And then you can come down here, they can fill out the form, blah, 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 and then come down to the bottom, click here for instructions, and then go to that pre-order page where they could then pay for that pre-order. Or you could have it set up to do the opposite flow. That's going to be the best way that I can think of to set it up and kind of integrate it all in your site. But that is probably what I would do if you're trying to get it all together there on your website. Great question though, Bethany. Hopefully the sun is going to go away soon. I feel bad saying that I want the sun to go away since it's really nice, but it's kind of hot and it's making this room really hot. Okay, but that's how I would set it up on a custom page like that. Just have the form embedded and have the link to where they can finish out the process by actually paying for the session there. So hopefully that kind of gives you some kind of idea of how to do it, how you can set it up. And if you need more clarification, or if you have any other questions, let me know in the chat for sure. Let me go back to photos, make sure that I am caught up with you guys on chat. Richard's throwing out the links there. Thanks for that, Richard. Appreciate it. Forte says Robert is too awesome. Thanks. Even though I'm getting blinded by the sun, like it's hard to see my screen right now. So hopefully I'm reading everything. That's a couple of times. All right, let me grab another email question really quick. Hey guys, we have about 18 minutes left. So if you have any other questions, you guys have had some awesome questions so far. If you have any more, make sure to get them in the chat so I can get those answered for you live. And I'm going to go ahead and grab some email questions really quick. All right, let's see. Why are my passwords changing and becoming all the same thing for every gallery? Hey, I've seen this too, guys, and if you guys have seen this, what is happening is that if you're using the Google Chrome browser, the autofill password section has gotten a little over aggressive. And if you're not sure what I'm even talking about or what this question is, let me show you really quick. So what's happening is some people are seeing where they're setting up gallery passwords and then they're going and looking back at the passwords and all of a sudden it looks like they're the same thing. Now that's not the case. Your passwords are not being changed. What's happening is the Google Chrome autofill password option has gotten a little over aggressive. And so if I go into this gallery right here, let me show you how this happens. If I go into this gallery and I go to access and I come up here and I say, okay, let's make this a different password. Let's say this is password, I don't know, we'll just say password 789 and I'll say blah, 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 blah down here and I save that. Now, when I do that, sometimes you might see Google Chrome pop up a little thing that says, oh, a new password. Do you want me to save it or do you want me to update it? And if you're doing that in the client galleries and you're saving or updating those passwords, that means that it thinks that those password fields are all the same. And so when you see that little box pop up, you need to hit no. Now, if you've already hit yes, and every time you go to a gallery password for a client, it's showing you the same thing, you need to go into your Google Chrome passwords and delete any password that has been saved for Zenfolio.com. So if you just go to your Google Chrome settings, let me see if I can get you guys to it right here. Go down to settings and then click on password. it will show you all of the passwords that Google Chrome has saved in there for you. And then you want to go in and delete anything that belongs to Zenfolio.com. Now, if it says secure, there we go. If it says secure.zenfolio.com or something like that, that is your login password. You might not want to delete that, but if it just says Zenfolio.com, that is where you want to go in and delete those, because it thinks that those gallery passwords should all be the same because it's seeing it as the same section. All right, let's see. Forte says, vintage boudoir session. That sounds fun. That is something that I made up, but it would be awesome, I think, to do something like that. Let's see. Bethany E says, that's what I've been looking for. Thank you. Awesome. I'm glad that helped you out, give you some ideas. Definitely something to look into. Guys, if you are not playing around with custom pages, they are phenomenal. You can do so much with them. I don't know if you guys caught Tuesday's site review. So this Tuesday's site review, but it's the one for Storm's End Photo. He did a custom page with an image map. If you haven't watched that yet, go back and check it out. The custom page that he set up was really, really cool. And you can do it too. I think I put the resource of what he used in the description of the video as well. So definitely go check that out. Let's see. Forte says, I should let you know that I keep having issues with the private gallery option. My clients are not able to log in. I end up having to do the password option for locked galleries. So that's a great point, Forte. Private galleries are for you only when you are logged in as the photographer. So if you guys aren't familiar with Zenfolio's access settings, let me click in here and let me jump up here to access, and I'll show you those settings really quick. And out comes the sun. But these settings really quick. So public means that that gallery is public. Anybody can access it as long as they have direct access to the gallery link. So that means that if you have it on your site menu and it's public, anybody can jump in that gallery and go in and start looking at it. Locked with a password is what you're going to want to use for client galleries if you want to let them have access only after they enter a password. Private means that it's only visible to you, the account owner, and only when you are logged in. So that is what the red private lock means. And that's why if you have a gallery that's locked with that red private thing, then the red private lock, then your clients cannot get into it when they have the link because it's set up to be only accessible to you. Now, one of the things you can do, and one of the things I recommend doing, is if you have really sensitive client galleries, like if you're shooting boudoir photography or if you're photographing kids in a school, you want to make sure that you set things up really secure so that people that shouldn't be in there can't even attempt to access that. And a while back, I did a live stream called Keeping Private Client Galleries Secure. Definitely go back and check that live stream out. It goes through a whole process of how you can set things up to make sure that that doesn't happen. The one thing that you want to keep in mind is if you absolutely need it to be secure and only give it access to specific people, you want to make sure that before you upload anything that you have a container set up that will provide that for you. And what I mean by that is that if you are photographing boudoir photography or school photos, create a group, like a client's group, like the one that's behind my head here. And if you click on that group, before you start uploading stuff, you're going to go up here to access, and you can set that group to be non-indexable. What I mean by that is go to search and say, do not include photos and videos in any search results. And when you click that option and you save it, that actually puts a do not index tag in the HTML of that group, which will prevent Google from indexing it, which means nothing inside of there is going to show up on Google search results. So that is one thing that you want to have set up and make sure that you're doing that correct. So if you are shooting that type of photography, or if you just want to make sure that your client galleries are safe, please, I urge you, go back and watch that live stream where I talk about that. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to your clients to understand how those features work and make sure that you have them set up that way. All right, let me see. Let me make sure that I'm caught up to you guys on chat. Hey, Roxanne jumped in and joined us. Hey, and she says, better late than never. Absolutely, Roxanne. Always glad to have you jumping on and hanging out with us. Appreciate you coming back and hanging out week after week. And I saw your site review request come through, so I'm super excited about that. Hopefully I will be able to get to it soon. There's been a lot of requests come through. It's been awesome to see how many people are just excited to have their site reviewed. And then for those of you guys who have had it reviewed already, hopefully it was really helpful and just really gave you some good ideas, and just hopefully it was really helpful and able to help you even be more successful here on Zenfolio. Let's see. Let me grab another email question really quick. What size should I upload my logo? It seems to be either way too small or way too large. So in most cases when that happens, people are trying to upload the logo into their homepage. Now, a while back, I did a whole live stream on uploading logos, and actually in the description below this video, there's a link that says Zenfolio Live Downloads. If you haven't checked that out, go click on that link. Inside of there, there is a logo cheat sheet where you will have PDF. I'm trying to remember what was in it. It'll have a PDF guide that will show you where you can upload logos, what size to make it, the maximum sizes, all of that. But it will also include PSD or Photoshop template files of each logo as well. So that's in the description below this video. It's under Zenfolio Live Downloads. Go check that out. It's free. You can just click on it and download it, and you'll have the templates for your logos and the size. But if you're uploading a logo on your homepage and that logo is either too large or too small, it sounds like you're probably uploading it in a really large file into your homepage logo section or in your header section. So let me jump in there really quick, and I'll show you a couple of things that you can do to kind of work on that. So we're going to hover over website, right click on customize website. Sorry again, guys. I should have known that the sun was going to come out here in sunny Florida where I'm hanging out. When I set everything up, it was nice and dark, and the sun has since then shifted. So that's why I'm losing this half of my face. Sorry about that, guys. But okay, so here we are in the account, and what I'm going to do first is show you the logo header options, which is what I recommend using. So if you go under site header right here, you can upload your logo by going to the logo tab and then uploading your logo file here. Now, what I usually recommend doing is when you're creating your logo file, the first thing that you want to do, and Forte, have you got your logo created? Just a question. Whenever you upload your logo file, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you crop into it nice and tight. So don't leave any white spaces around it. You can add padding later on in Zenfolio as long as you're using the header logo. So crop in nice and tight in Photoshop on that logo file and then upload it. And then the next option I say is make your logo file probably bigger than you need. And then you can set this scale logo option to auto. And then you can actually control the size of your logo using vertical padding, horizontal padding, and then also the header height right here. So just to show you what I mean by that, if I go back to logo and I adjust my vertical padding to say, like, I don't know, maybe let's say 50 pixels, you're going to see my logo scale down and become really small. All right. So it's super tiny because there is 50 pixels of padding on the top and bottom. So you can control your logo size by doing that. So if I go back to site header and I'm like, okay, well, that was ridiculous. Let's just do 20 pixels and see if that gets us closer. You can set that up, and that's going to get us pretty close right there. Now, the other way that you can control your logo file too, or your logo size as well, is by adjusting the height of your header. And so in this case, let's say that I want that logo really tight on the header. Maybe I want it really close to the edges, but I want to make it a little bit smaller, but I don't want that padding option in there. So if I go back to site header, and let's say I just set the vertical padding to 0. Again, that's going to make it really, really tight, but it's going to make it really big as well. And so let's say I like it tight like this, but I want it to be a little bit smaller. This is where you're going to use the header height to control that size. So now you're going to go to Site Header, and you're going to go to Layout, Header Height, and you can set it up to be custom, and you can go all the way down to 30 pixels. Now I'm at 85. Let's go down to 50 and take a look. But because I have my logo set to auto scale, that is going to bring that logo down smaller. And so that is how you can control that logo size. If I go back to Site Header and I go to Logo and I say do not resize and keep uploaded, it doesn't matter what my header height size is going to be. My logo is probably going to be gigantic, just like you see here. So that's why I recommend using the Site Header logo, because you have those options. If you are not using the Site Header, which I'll show you that in a second, if you're just using the homepage logo, and it's going to auto scale and there's not going to be anything you can do about it. That's why the header is better to use. And if you're not sure which one you're using, you go to Options and you can say Homepage Logo Hide and show my page header up here. And guys, I personally really recommend using the page header on your homepage, because that is the menu that you can use throughout your entire website. And I feel like it's really a good idea to provide your clients and your visitors with a consistent navigation option throughout your entire website so that they can streamline the process of getting to different sections. They know exactly where to look and everything stays the same. So hopefully that answers that question. Let me grab some more tea really quick. Guys, we've got about 5 more minutes left. If you have not signed up to get a download of the PDF instructions for Zenfolio Live, there's a link in the description below this video. It says step-by-step guide. And what that is I will send you on Friday, I'll email you a PDF that has step-by-step instructions on the topic that we discussed that Thursday. So this Friday, it's going to be about using the image selection option. Now, if you missed one of those PDF guides and you want one from a previous week, I also send a link to where you can download those from the previous week as well. Again, that link is in the description below this video. It should say like email list sign up or something like that, or PDF step-by-step guide, something like that. Now, if you've already signed up and you're already getting those emails, you don't have to sign up again. You just need to sign up one time. All right, let me make sure I am caught up with you guys on chat. Kathleen says, is there an easy way to change the header background color? Absolutely. Kathleen, you just need to hop in Theme Designer and change it in Theme Designer. So what we're going to do is we're going to open Theme Designer up in a new tab. Now, anytime you are working with Theme Designer, I definitely recommend opening it up in a new tab, because sometimes you're going to need to bounce back and forth between Customize View and also you'll need to just jump back, Customize View and Theme Designer to check and see what you've changed and make sure it's okay. But Kathleen, what you're going to do is this. Once you're in Customize View, where I'm at now, you're going to hover over Themes, right-click on that, and open that link in a new tab. And what that's going to do is it's basically going to open a duplicate page. Now, on this duplicate page, go to Themes, and then click on Edit Theme. And this is going to open up Theme Designer. So now I have Theme Designer in one tab, and I have Customize View in the other tab, and I can hop back and forth between the two tabs. And this is what's going to make using Theme Designer really easy to use. So in Theme Designer, to get to the header section, you're going to click on Style, scroll down. Here's my header right here. And let's say that I want to change this header color to red. So let me click on a red. And so when you click on an element, it appears over here behind my head here. Let me go to full screen so you guys can see that. So once you click on an element here, it appears over here on the left-hand side. And basically all you do is say, okay, header background color, click this, make it red, hit done, leave this page open, just hit the save button, jump back to Customize View and refresh this. And now you're going to see your background of your header menu change colors. Now, in addition to colors, you can also put an image on your header as well. So right now it's this plain red color. let me just go back really quick. Let me get myself back here so you guys can see me. There we go. And let me go back here really quick. If I come over here to image, I can choose a different image as well. So there are lots of different images in here. And now my header would have like a shadow on the bottom or something like that. So lots of options in there for your header. You can play around with it. You just need to access Theme Designer in order to be able to do that. But great question. Lots of people have never even explored Theme Designer. Really cool place. That's where you can go and really start customizing your website. So definitely check it out. How many of you guys on the live stream right now have actually jumped into Theme Designer and played around with it? Let me know in the chat. We'd love to see how many of you guys have actually jumped in and played around with it. Hopefully the majority of you have. All right, guys, we've got about a minute left. Let me see if there's another email question that I can knock out really quick. Forte says, I have 2 logo options in one of the folders. I'm grounded. I know. Come on, Forte, you got to get on that. All right, let's see. I photograph weddings, and occasionally there are a few photos in the gallery. The bride only wants to be visible for specific people. Is there a way to protect those photos? So if you guys didn't know, you can actually apply a password to specific photos in a gallery. So let's say for whatever reason, the bride doesn't want this photo showing out publicly to people who visit her gallery. You can actually go right here, click on that photo and set photo only access. And you can make that a different password than the main gallery. Or if the main gallery is public, you can password protect just that photo. And then people that are viewing the gallery would see a bunch of stars across that photo and they'd have to actually enter the password. All right, guys, hopefully today was helpful. Sorry about the crazy sunlight and all of that stuff. I will plan better next time for the sun. Hey, make sure that you guys do something good for somebody today. Do something positive. Tell somebody something good about themselves. You guys are awesome, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week.